Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, October 4th, 2024. So I just wanted to let you know, on Thursday we put out a stock pick on Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. You might want to check that out. You go to wickedstocks.com. You can see it for free. If you sign up for wickedstocks.com, we offer a 5-day free trial up front. Also, Occidental Petroleum earlier in the week. You'll get daily SPY and daily triple Q analysis, as well as a weekly Apple stock analysis, weekly S&P 500 index and NASDAQ 100 index analysis, all for one subscription price. So check it out. Anyway, let's take a look at the charts. I am going to start with this one. The fact that we tested this channel top 266.98 today. The same formation on the weekly chart is 266.22. So you see that upper right. We are in the process perhaps of a key reversal high, not a long-term key reversal high. If we close, lower today, I'm not going to get too deep in the woods on that, because literally what I think the dynamic at play is, as I've been saying, is selling 266.98, staying short for 1 to 3 weeks down to 236.61. And we may well see this level today. 236.61, if you've been playing the short side for the last week and a half, bravo. If you're still holding that short, I think you should buy some back anyway, maybe all of it at 236.61 and reverse, especially if your time horizon is 1 to 3 weeks out. We could continue trading inside this channel for the next few weeks. Now, I've been saying how if we close below 236.70, 236.61, it would indicate the 170s, and I'm backing off of that just a little bit. I do think it would be a meaningful sell signal, but I really would rather take the stair-step approach rather than swinging for the fences. There is a 5/8 Fibonacci from the August low against the more recent high. The 5/8 Fibonaccis, I don't know if you've studied them or not with Tesla, they work well in some markets, in others not so much, and they work pretty well in Tesla. So I have ignored these at my own peril. So 213.65, I'm going to call it our next 2 to 3 week target if we close today below 236.61. There is also at 213.65 a recently formed, based on that high several days ago, rising 2/3 speed line coming in the same area. So we'll be charting that and showing those numbers over time. If we close today below 236.61, 213.65, our next 1 to 3 week target, depending on volatility, of course. So if we close below 213.61 today, that is a get short strategy, not all the way down to 177.40, although time may bear that out, but really down to 213.65. So closing today below 236.61, I see no good reason to be long Tesla if your time horizon is 2 to 3 weeks out, because I do think we're going to fall back into the 210s, 213.65. There's also a speed line coming up here. We could bounce nicely from here by that point in time, possibly well into November trade, and turn higher again. It would be a settlement below 213.65, though, that would clearly indicate, at least for me, the 177.40 long-term channel bottom. And that is an area that would be considered kind of a 1 to 2 month target below 213.65. By that point, we would be, I'm kind of accelerating things here, but by the end of the year, maybe over the next 3 or 4 months, over the next 3 months, if we close today below 236.61, a couple of weeks from now, 213.65, if that doesn't hold well, maybe we get a bounce for a day or two and then close below it, then we're looking at maybe 3 to 5 weeks, 1 to 2 months. So yes, potentially in reach by the end of the year, 177.40, where we could actually bottom out through the first quarter of 25. But once again, I do not clearly see 177.40 as an objective unless we close below 213.65. There's just too much going on here. But I do think that if we close today below 236.61, you should not be long this market. Whether you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader, I would expect 223.43. 223.43 is a downside 50% Fibonacci. We don't have that labeled here. That could be within just 1 to 3 days. And 213.65 is once again the 5/8 Fibonacci. This could be 1 week with a high volatility sell-off, or it could be 2 or 3 weeks with a restrained volatility. But present volatility would actually allow this by the end of next week if we settle today below 236.61. Until then, it is, believe it or not, bottom picking at 236.61. Whether you're exiting a short position or you're actually going long up to 266.98 and climbing. Let's talk upside today. I do have a minor intraday resistance level at 246.18. That's an inside channel that actually held Wednesday's low. We obviously broke it on Thursday, so on the way up today, it can contain intraday buying pressures. Solid day trade scenario here. Buying 36.61, selling 46.18, selling 46.18, buying back at 36.61. I think, I don't see 255.77 today, but oops, you never know. So if we happen to push, especially if we open today above 246.18, yes, 255.77 attainable. And that is the low of the high from about 4 days ago that can contain daily highs. But, just know that holding above 236.61, even though we've not yet tested it, we didn't come far off that mark yesterday. If you look at this chart, just holding above this actually allows this market to stabilize and rotate up into the mid 260s and climbing through time. It'll be in the 280s over the next couple of weeks. So holding above 236.61, this is kind of a 40 to 50 point play depending on volatility. Closing today above 246.18 does neutralize bearish momentum. 255.77 then likely on Monday if we don't test it today above 46.18. And finally, a settlement above 255.77 signals a retest of the 266.98 channel top within several days, where we could top out through next week, fall away again, back to 236.61 and climbing. I guess this will be the last thing I'll say, and that is to say that if we close above 266.98 over the next week or two, that would also need to be on the weekly chart above 266.22. Those levels are very similar, but a little different every day. A closing above 266.22 at the end of a week, climbing weekly, does set off a significant long-term buy signal, and by that I mean within a couple of months. That's the long-term buy signal. We should then see 333.56. On the way up, the daily chart also has 307, closing above the mid 260s. I think that pretty much rounds it out. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. You might want to see, the analysis in AMD and in Occidental Petroleum we put out this week. And we've got a couple of others we've done over the last few weeks that are still relevant. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back Sunday afternoon with Monday's Tesla report. And you have a great weekend.